Please welcome Dr. Rachel McDonald, El Camino High School, San Francisco.
It is such an honor to introduce my father, Rick E. Winningham, as the recipient of HBA's Mentor of the Year. For me, this moment is profoundly personal. My father is my first mentor, and one of the clearest examples in my life of what it means to lead with integrity and generosity. Some of my earliest memories are sitting beside him as he read me stories of women who had transcended the gender norms of their time, women like Marie Curie, Susan B. Anthony, Harriet Tubman. I treasured those books as a little girl. Later, I passed them on to my younger sister, and then to my daughters, and now to my nieces. Those stories helped shape my childhood. But even more than that, they reflected the kind of father he was. He wanted the girls in his life to grow up believing there was no dream too bold, no room they didn't belong in, and no limit they were meant to quietly accept. Growing up alongside my brothers, there was never a message of, they can, but you can't. I was raised to believe that the glass ceiling was meant to be broken, and it should and could be. But what it makes my father so extraordinary is that he never taught ambition without also teaching character. He taught me to love learning, to think deeply, to notice people, and to understand that true leadership is not only about achievement, but about how you make others feel seen, valued, and capable of more than they'd ever imagined for themselves. One of the greatest lessons he gave me is that acknowledgement matters. I remember watching him write handwritten notes for milestones and anniversaries, and in our family, we cherish the notes that he leaves in our Christmas stockings every year. Personal reflections filled with pride, love, and gratitude. In those small but powerful acts, he taught me to pay attention, to encourage generously, and never let appreciation go unspoken. Even though I don't work in healthcare, my father's wisdom has shaped every part of my life and career. In the moments when I have tried to balance leadership, motherhood, and work, his encouragement and unwavering support has been a steady source of strength. While this award honors the mentor he has been to so many, I have the privilege of honoring the man who has been believing in me my entire life. Please join me in celebrating my father, honorable mentor, Rick E. Winningham.
Thank you. First to HBA, thank you for this extraordinary honor. Of all the recognitions I've received in my life, this one is one of the most meaningful. And having my oldest daughter introduce me makes it all that more special. There's something profoundly humbling about being seen through the eyes of your family and then being honored by a community that you honor so deeply. I also want to thank the remarkable women who recommended me for this award. To be supported by leaders of this caliber, is deeply moving. These are women that I respect immensely, not only for what they've achieved, but for how they lead, how they lift up others, how they continue to shape the future of healthcare and biotechnology. Their confidence in me means more than I could fully ever express. I accept this recognition with gratitude, but also with a lot of perspective, because the truth is, mentorship is never about the mentor. It's about the person who's growing, the person who's taking a risk, the person who may have more potential than they yet see inside of themselves, the person who needs someone to say, I see you, I believe in you, you're ready for more. That, to me, is what mentorship is. It's not about giving speeches or giving advice from a distance. It's certainly not about having all the answers. And it's not about creating people that are similar to you. Real mentorship is about helping someone become more fully who they are capable of becoming. It means listening carefully. It means being candid. And it means opening doors for them. It means telling the truth when the truth might be hard. It means encouraging people to take on the challenges before they feel completely ready. And sometimes it means lending belief before they have it in themselves. Over the course of my career, I've had and I continue to have the privilege to work with many extraordinary women who have gone on to lead companies, build teams, shape corporate strategy, shape the strategy of medicines, advance science, and improve the lives of patients around the world. Watching that happen has been one of the great joys of my professional life, because at the end of the day, what matters is impact. And one of the greatest impacts any leader can have is helping someone step into their own leadership. I've come to believe that leadership isn't measured by what you build, it's measured by how many people you help build. It's measured by whether people are stronger. Are they more confident? Are they more capable? And are they more courageous? And maybe you've had a little bit to do with advancing them in those areas. And that's especially important in healthcare. We work in an industry where the mission is bigger than any one person, any one company, any one quarter. We're here to serve patients, their families, their caregivers. We're here to advance science. We're here to advance medicine. And we will do that better, far better, when leadership draws fully from the immense talent, resilience, and brilliance of women across this industry and across the world. That's just one of the reasons HBA matters so much. HBA hasn't just created a network, it's created a force for excellence, a force for opportunity, and a force for impact. A force for widening the circle of leadership. And that matters not just for careers and not just for companies, but for the future of healthcare. I want to say something directly to the women in this room, especially those earlier in your careers, and those who may have already be leading and still sometimes question whether they are ready for the next step. Don't wait for perfect readiness. Very few meaningful opportunities arrive at the exact moment when we feel like we're prepared to take advantage of them. And some of the most important moments in a career come when someone says yes before they can see the whole path. So, step forward, take the assignment, raise your hand. Importantly, use your voice and trust your judgment. Don't underestimate the value of your perspective. Your voice isn't valuable because it sounds like everybody else's. It's valuable because it doesn't. And for those of us who are farther along in our careers, we've got a responsibility, not a vague intention, a real ongoing responsibility to notice talent. But that isn't enough. You've got to speak up for people when they're not in the room, to create opportunities to give feedback and honestly to sponsor, not just support, sponsor. To ask ourselves regularly, who am I helping? Who am I advocating for? And who have I missed? Because talent is everywhere. Opportunity isn't. And one of the most important jobs of leadership is helping to close that gap. And if I could leave you with one thought, it would be this. Mentorship matters because people matter. And when you truly invest in someone's growth, you do much, much more than help a career. You change what that person believes is possible. And when enough leaders do that, intentionally, consistently, generously, you do more than change individual lives. You change organizations, you shape industries, you shape the world, and you transform what leadership actually looks like. So thank you, HBA, for this honor. Thank you for the extraordinary women who nominated me, and thank you to everyone in this room, mentors, sponsors, people that encourage those to overcome challenges and lift others up. Thank you to my wife, who's been my mentor for 40 years. Thank you to my daughter, whose introduction made this afternoon, I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. I am deeply grateful for every one of you. Thank you.